Yeah, so three things within the near horizon, and I'll start from like number three, not from number one. So as I said, we're going to have longevity drugs pretty soon. And right now, we already have few candidates like metformin, like diabetes drug, rapamycin, or it's going to be a drug developed by artificial intelligence. So we will have, and I do believe we have some substances on Earth today already, which as a positive side effect address the overall roots of aging. So that's very important. Watch out. That's number three. So number two for me is organ regeneration. Like if you think about human body, not from biological, but from the engineering point of view, we all like a cars, right? So you actually need a lot of sensors to monitor performance of your car. That's why I have Whoop here, Apple Watch, my glucose monitor, or Ring is over there. But moreover, you would want to have like an opportunity to replace your organs. And there's so many great people doing so many amazing things in this field, like Martin Rothblatt at United Therapeutics, with experimenting with different biomaterials to regrow organs outside human bodies, or guys who do like 3D bioprinting. Well, right now, they're like 90 or to 95% of what they 3D bioprint end up in the labs for experiments rather than goes to humans. But it's just the beginning of this whole, organs industry and the opportunity for us. I'm particularly excited about our investments in a company called like Genesis. They based in Pittsburgh, and what they do, they take like a piece of donor liver. They split donor liver at 50, 75 pieces and use each of them to put in our lymph nodes. It's actually here. And in the course of 3 to 6 months, the additional liver is growing within your body, which it supports the function of your liver, which is not working properly. And that's amazing. They've done already trials with mice, dogs, primates, pigs. They got FDA approval for humans early this year. So they're starting human trials November this year. Well, that's amazing.
So are they actually growing the liver within the lymph node itself? So you basically have liver tissue throughout?
Yeah. And that's the opportunity to help, like with one donor liver, to help 50 to 75 patients. Because right now, there's a queue of, the waiting list for the organ transplantation in the US is 117,000 people. Like 20 people die every day because they couldn't really survive before they will find donor for organ from the proper donor. Or like 50% of organs is just lost in the process of transplantation. Transportation, not transplantation. And so that's just an example of so many things happening in organ regeneration space. So this is going to be available in the next 5 to 10 years for us. And
that's amazing. So that was number three was drugs and supplementation.
Longevity in the field
was organ regeneration. And the number one is
gene editing and gene therapy. We made a long way in the last 30 years. Like 30 years ago, it took US 13 years and $3 billion to sequence human genome. Right now, you can sequence human genome in the course of hours, and it's like $200, right? So that's amazing. And we already know 3,000 genes within our DNA, which are responsible for our longer living or for aging as well. So I do think it's an opportunity to redefine humans overall, but we all need to be mindful. There's just a huge ethical and regulatory context that we need to sort out before.
I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Thrive State podcast. And if this podcast is bringing a lot of value to you, if you find that your life is just improving with this podcast, that your life is getting to the next level, please consider supporting it. And here's a few ways you can do so. You can do so by liking this video and commenting on this video, and also sharing this video with your friends and family. Another thing you can do is go to ratethispodcast.com/ThriveState. Go ahead and leave us a 5-star review there. It will really, really help this show grow. And this will give me more time so that I could actually give more content to you, just like you got in this episode. And if you haven't already picked up a copy of my book, Thrive State, Your Blueprint for Optimal Health, Longevity, and Peak Performance, you can pick it up now. It became a #1 new release in longevity. Go to thrivestatebook.com. And if you enjoy the book, please consider leaving us a review as well. And the last thing you can do, if you're liking everything here and you want to work more closely with me as well as my team to get you into the Thrive State, go to kienvu.com/accelerator and consider joining the home course, the Thrive State Accelerator. It's really the course that I use. It's the concepts that I use personally when I work with CEOs, celebrities, and my high-profile clients to get them to the Thrive State. Again, the Thrive State Accelerator at kienvu.com/accelerator. And because you're a listener of this podcast, I want you to save 25% by using the coupon code podcast25. I hope we continue to give value to you. And remember always, you are your best medicine.